Hello, welcome. I'm Karen. Thanks for stopping by. Thought I would do a bit of a chatty video this week. As many of you know, I have changed systems from acrylic to gel and absolutely loving it. However, this is probably the only chance that I have at the moment to kind of get my nail desk sorted out and reorganized, and stuff that I'm not using out of it and stuff that I am using into it. So whilst it's under construction, shall we just say, I thought that I would sit down and have a bit of a chatty video this week. And I had to think about what I wanted to do, and I thought that sort of 10 things that I would tell my younger self going into the nail industry. I've been qualified now for almost 17 years, so I kind of feel that I have picked up things along the way that I can kind of reflect on. And so anyway, I'm just going to jump in and get started. So grab a cuppa and yeah, let's get looking at number one. Okay, so number one, and this is a recent kind of learning curve for me, and that would be to consider all systems. Don't just rush right in and, you know, look at the, go with the most popular or whatever that you think. At the time whenever I was learning, my tech, the educator that was training me, had given me the option of acrylic or gel. I really didn't know. She preferred gel. However, acrylic was gaining a lot of momentum at the time, so I decided, okay, yeah, I'll go down that sort of option, you know, we'll go with that. And 16 years later, I decide that no, it's not for me. When I had tried a few other systems, I tried polygel, wasn't entirely keen on it, and then I tried hard gel, and I just fell in love instantly. It was like, yes, this is the system for me. So I would say definitely consider all avenues before settling on one that is definitely the one that you want to focus on. Okay, number two would definitely have to be even the pros start somewhere. And particularly in my younger days, I used to really beat myself up, in terms of, my self-confidence and stuff, and sort of think, oh, I can't do this, and all the rest of it. And, one thing I never kept in mind, and I would have sort of, given up on something too easily, but I didn't take the time to actually remind myself that even, the best nail techs in the world, the best nail artists, master educators, they all started somewhere. They all, had this sort of, the same issues that I'm having, and they all had to kind of press forward and get over that. And the only thing that really gets you over that is practice and learning and, working on your skills and stuff. So I would definitely tell myself that even the pros had their moments of struggle and their days where their nails just didn't look great, and just to keep persevering and you'll get there. Okay, number three. So number three is actually quite relevant as well too, even today, and that is you don't have to have everything all at once. Back in my younger days starting out, I kind of felt like if I didn't have everything all at once, if I didn't have every color, every tip style, if I didn't have everything, I couldn't possibly, be a nail tech with a whole host of services to provide if I don't have X amount of color, and that in itself, it's very much about sort of, don't squander too much of your money setting up and get yourself into debt. Take it slowly, get the basics, get the necessities, nice basic range of colours, and build on it. If you're starting off, maybe say springtime, look at sort of spring, summer colours, just kind of common sense, and just start off with the basics and work up from there. And before you know it, you will have built such a collection. Yeah, definitely you don't have to have everything all at once. Okay, number 4 would definitely be, don't let one bad experience send you completely reeling and off course. Yep, bad experiences can really knock our self-esteem, you know, and it can be sort of hard to get back up there and back on the saddle. You start to question your skills. Can you do this? You know, and all the rest of it. But you can, and you will. And one bad customer, one bad set of nails, whatever, customer coming back and saying, you know, oh, my nails have, you know, pinged off or whatever, you know, learn from that. Take it as, right, okay, what have I done wrong? What can I do better? What do I need to improve on? And go from there. But never let it knock you so much that it makes you anxious and, you know, incredibly wary about progressing on, because at the end of the day, you're learning. You know, it's a complete learning curve for techs of all abilities, and you know, the way that you learn is through mistakes. So don't be too harsh on yourself, you know, and don't let one bad experience knock you completely off your horse. Get back on there and keep at it. Okay, number 5, it would definitely be, don't get complacent, keep learning. And this is something that I have done personally in the past, where I have qualified, I've done what I felt I needed to do, and I've just kind of drifted along. And, you know, over time I sort of look at other people's work and I go, oh, you know, to be that good, and, you know, oh, wow, they're amazing, you know, I really need to work on this and I need to work on that. And, you know, the only way that you can do that is by, obviously, you know, bettering yourself. And by bettering yourself, I mean, you know, learning. Yes, there's practice, but it's also really good to make sure that you keep refreshing your techniques, and, you know, just skill building courses, things like that. There doesn't have to be, you know, every month. It could be once a year even, you know, but definitely just doing a refresher course in your sort of your skills, or, you know, maybe areas that you're particularly struggling in. It could be timing, shaping, you know, gel polish application, ratios, whatever, structure, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, focus on that there, and definitely keep up with refreshing your skill set, because you will learn so much and it's amazing how beneficial it is. So yeah, definitely that. Okay, number 6 is, don't sell yourself short. You know, I think as nail techs, we all kind of like can look around us and go, oh, how much is she charging for nails? And, you know, and yes, of course, there's about sort of, you know, being competitive, but you've also sort of got to look at it sensibly. And there has been points in my life where I think I have priced myself I just haven't done myself justice, and also I haven't done the industry justice, if that makes sense too, because, you know, if there's loads and loads and loads and loads of techs out there that are charging next to nothing, all of a sudden, you know, everybody, you know, it becomes a bit of a sort of a price war, and it's a skilled industry. It's, you know, you're a nail tech, you've got stuff to cover, you've got insurances, you've got, you know, products, you know, which cost a lot of money, you know, your overheads if you have a salon. So there's a lot of things that need to be factored in. So just make sure that when you're setting your prices, you're setting it according to what you need to charge, not what so-and-so down the road charges. You know, don't sell yourself short. Okay, number 7, pretty easy one, and that is get yourself Efile trained ASAP, because oh my gosh, it shaves so much time when you're debulking, you're shaping, all the rest of it, even, you know, your cuticle work, everything looks so neat. Definitely an Efile is one of those things that if you haven't got one, put some money aside as you go along, save up, get a really good one. I have the Medicool from the little nail shop. It is absolutely amazing. So a good Efile and a good course, and I tell you, that is absolutely the way forward for all nail techs. Every nail tech should have an Efile for sure, but just make sure that you get trained in it. Okay, number 8. And this is something that I probably would have reiterated to myself time and time again. and that is not every client is for you. Yes, it's really important to, you know, to be able to build a clientele base, and that's obviously the aim of the game is to get your diary filled with nail appointments so that you're a working tech doing what you love. But sometimes clients come along, the odd client, and it can really have such a negative effect. And so this can be sort of, you know, things like, you know, maybe consistently letting you down and not turning up for appointments, or, you know, maybe always forgetting their purse and things like that there, which has happened. You know, just being rude, taking advantage, just sort of, you know, a whole range of things. And just remind yourself that you don't need to take it, especially if it's stressing you out. Not every client is worth having on your books, and if they're being particularly stressful or awkward consistently, you know, sometimes it's better just letting go and, you know, letting someone else take over. You don't particularly have to gel with every single person out there, so not every client may be for you. And although it's a really difficult one, it's okay to let go of that client and say, look, you know, I've done my best, but this is getting me down, so time to move on. Okay, number nine, I would definitely say, is to find my niche. Yeah, so find your niche. That's what you need to do. Now this here could be, you know, in the like of your customer base, maybe, you know, the types of customers that you prefer working on, maybe the style of nails, the type of nail art, whatever. But just, you know, when you find your niche, I think you find a passion for something that you're really good at, and that shows in your work, and it can show, you know, in the photographs and things like that. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that may not particularly go for that style initially, but when they see somebody who's really good at something and they think, oh, I actually really like that, might begin, and it just comes across, I don't know, it just comes across. It's kind of like there's some nail techs out there who are fantastic at short nails, and, you know, although I love long nails myself, whenever I see their pictures, I think, oh, I actually really like short nails, and I kind of want to try that, and I want to do that. So definitely find your niche, and you will immediately find a customer base. When you get good at it, and you get your, you know, you get your sort of speciality, if you will, out there, I think that automatically those kind of people that love that too will just flow in through your door. So yeah, find your niche. Okay, number 10, the final one, and for me probably the most important, and that is build on the basics before anything. I think we can all be guilty of this at some stage, and that is, you know, seeing beautiful works of art in the like of Pinterest and Instagram and Facebook and all the rest of it, and wanting to recreate those there before we've even mastered the basics. And when I talk about the basics, I mean prep, application and shaping. And this is so relevant for me right now, changing systems, having came from acrylic into gel, which I absolutely love, and it has highlighted just how important those three things really are, and that it's so easy to get wrapped up in all the amazing nail art, but actually some of the most beautiful nails that I have seen are just the most simple and classic designs. But the cuticle is, you know, is so clean and neat and tidy, and the apex is in the right place, and they're shaped beautifully. So definitely for me, build on the basics, and everything else will fall into place. Okay, so there we have it. That is the 10 things that I would tell my younger self if I was starting off in the industry again. If you have a YouTube channel, I would love to see you give this a go, what you would tell yourself if you were starting off again, what you have learned along your journey. And if you don't, or, you know, even if you just want to pop it in the comments below, what things are really important to you, it'd be really great to read that there. But anyway, I hope you all have a great week ahead. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all again next week. Have a good one. Thanks for watching, and mwah!